Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a guest round from Maelstrom in the level 5 Peasant Dowadge. Peasant Dowadge is pretty good at its native cost, which I think is 400. Cannot actually remember off the top of my head. But, it's got a solid skill set. It's got, instead of the flash that most Dom types have, it has a spot gun like the Rick Dom 2s that can be fired while boosting, and easier to deal with it to a large extent because it actually just fires in a straight line at what you aim it at. Also has some ASL, which very useful. Beam Bazooka does good damage and stuns, but it has possibly a difficult to manage cooldown. At least I have a hard time with it. But yeah, it's also got forced injectors, which gives it, a little bit of range to maneuver. So lets you do some, last second change of direction as needed, which I tend to need quite a bit sometimes. Let's see, that excess, is about to die. Rigazi almost had it. Yeah, Mel's getting ready to fire. I think somebody else is going to get it though. And yep. Yeah, so far getting a ton of assists, but doing really well for at 650 with a suit that comes in at like 400. I don't think he's using any overtune parts. I may be wrong on that. I think I asked, and that's what he said. Again, brain is mush. But I did get some sleep though, so it's a little bit, slightly firmer grade of mush than it was yesterday, hopefully. So hopefully I'm a little more coherent. Somebody said take the supports. I'm sure if the Rigazi can find them, it will be happy to. Mail got knocked down by said Rigazi using its heavy attack, but that is okay, because again, the points are being gotten. Let's see. Yeah, 5146 to 2365 points are definitely being gotten. So, yeah. Like I said, I don't know when this was recorded. It was probably sometime last year. I think 650 has changed a fair bit since then, but I may have to try taking this out because I always liked it. I'm just not good at managing its cooldowns. So let's see. Let me tell you, my tendencies to overcommit and not watch my cooldowns and such kind of bite me a little bit in the whole playing Dark Souls 1 and 3, but it's I'll manage. I am learning finally not to mash the buttons most of the time, but that's a hard habit to break. That's like I've been playing video games since I was 3 years old, so that's 42 years of button mashing to overcome. But that said, yeah, Mel's doing really well here, and yeah, like I said, that spot gun has ASL, so yeah. It just has better range than the flash, so there's going to be things you can hit with it that you could not hit with a standard Dom. And unfortunately, the Beam Bazooka's beam is large enough, it does not fire over the crate. There's the XS again. Managed to smack it without hitting the O, which, yeah, Mail is good at not hitting allies most of the time, so yeah, being able to just get in past the O and get a shot off on that, definitely a good thing. The Dom series, that vertical downswing, very useful for that because, of course, you know exactly where it's going to be. Its arc is completely vertical, so it is definitely one of the better things you can be using if you need to go in next to your allies. And nice kill on that C1, which, yeah, that's a, that being a support and Mal having less than like 600 hit points when he started fighting it, yeah, that's really good. Let's see. Totus Ritter is getting away, but luckily there are other things between him and it, and good kill there. Yeah, so it's not going to have a chance to just turn around and smack him. Because yeah, like I frequently say, this is the level of health where if somebody breathes on you, you die. I think one, at most two Vulcan shots from the C1 or even most of the generals would probably do him in. Here's a Night Seeker Vosky that came to fight. And I think, unfortunately, it is going to get him because there's once you get to there, there's just like not a lot to do and not a lot of places to go. So, yep, Vosky finally got him, but yeah, that was a good long life on that little health. This is a simple battle, so it is almost over. Enemy team managed to wipe the allied team, but they're not going to have time to do it again, which is what they would need to do to win this. So, looks like Mail and his team have got this. And let's see. I'm not sure. I think the C1 tagged him. Not 100% sure. But yeah, round is almost over. There's still points to be gotten, hopeful. But yep, there's the XS. XS does... Rigazi got it. Yeah, XS does not have a lot of melee defense. It's one of those things that in many ways feels like it plays like a blue support to me. So yeah, it's it's kind of squishy if you can get melee range. But yeah, that is the round. It went really well, and let's take a look at the final stats. Top assists at 1146. Naturally, that Rigazi was racking up damage, 121. And let's take a look at the other stats here. 73, 2-1, and pursuit assists of 42,000. Yeah, that is good. And that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! So, if you missed the Nintendo Direct yesterday, there was a bunch of fun stuff on that. Nothing new about Gundam Breaker 4, unfortunately, but, that's almost to its release in August, so we'll know more about it soon, hopefully. They did show off more of the Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake, and also announced a similar remake of 1 and 2, so the first trilogy of Dragon Quest will be available in this new format. It looks pretty good. The environments are really pretty. I do think it's kind of funny, though, that just because of the style they're going for, the animation I saw for most of the monsters is not as smooth as the animation for the Super Famicom remake of Dragon Quest III, which if you've never seen, look up some footage, because yeah, the sprite animation for the monsters in that, absolutely beautiful. It's one of the last RPGs put out for the Super Famicom, and it's just gorgeous. The other shocks were they announced a remake of Romancing Saga 2, which is a really difficult game. I played it in Japanese and screwed something up and could not get to the ending. And I played the just re-release / remake for Steam in English and screwed something up and could not get to the ending. So I'm going to be interested to see how the new one plays out. Looks more like a modern RPG than a remake of a Super Famicom game. So yeah, that has a really interesting system of succession where basically the game takes place over, I think, well over 1,000 years, and your skills as the king of this country are inherited by each subsequent ruler. So you basically have one set of skills you're constantly leveling, and then each of the various other classes for your party kind of develop and get more capable as time goes on too. It's a neat game, and a modern remake of it looks really appealing. The other neat thing is they actually announced a sequel to Phantom Brave, the Nipponichi strategy game. If you've never played that is a weird game. It had, instead of a grid, it actually has a free movement system that is a lot more I'm trying to think of the word. It's kind of granular, I guess. It's just like you can position yourself a lot more in a lot more ways than you could if you were stuck to a grid. And because of that, it has the original game had setups like how slippery and or bouncy the floor was, the ability to throw things out of bounds. It was a really interesting experiment. And to be honest, I am really, really hoping that the new one leaves enough of the jank from the original game in, because you could do all kinds of weird things in that, and that really was half of the charm.